Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the second hour here of Once Upon a Game. We're playing Tall Pines. Let's go ahead and get into it again. This is a murder mystery in the vein of Twin Peaks story game by the designer himself, Miles.
Hi.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we had just each wrapped up a scene for the first act, so we are ready to close Act One. Is Will here? He's got the
He just was for... Oh,
sad
wow.
screen again.
Oh, classic Will. No. Well, speaking of strange, mysterious disappearances.
Right. I hope he's not like in some sort of funky pose somewhere. Like the camera's gonna come back on. It'll be, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be gory.
Yeah, his head's going to be Hamleted.
Right. Hamleted. This is now a verb.
It's now a verb. Yeah.
Um,
Golden, your explittiness has failed you.
oh man.
Yeah. Golden uses like multiple different cameras for things, and the more complicated the system, the more likely it is to fail, I suppose.
Actually, that was a really weird error.
Hey.
Oh, is it? Did you get the Windows Vista songs now from '98?
Perhaps I did.
All right. So you can hear us though.
Yeah, it was ding dong this time.
Okay. Well, while you're getting your camera sorted out, Miles, how about you go read out the Act One for us, the close?
I certainly will. This scene is going to be started by whoever last cheered for a sport. I like that one because it guarantees I will not start the scene.
Yeah. Wasn't me.
Oh, did Madam's Arrest flip?
Oh, what's that?
I think
Oh,
Madam's Arrest might have flipped.
oh
us.
yeah. Did she show your feelings in the last scene? I think she did.
I think she
Good
did.
call.
I think she had really strong feelings.
That is a good call. Cool.
But yeah,
So yeah, hey, did you have you cheered for a sport anytime recently, sir? Will?
It was me. Let's just say it was me.
Let's see, it was you. Make it easy.
Mhm.
Nerds. All right.
the
So
last time I cheered was for the Cubs winning.
Oh God, that was forever ago. All right.
yeah. The prompt on that is, as we've said, the reporters, film crews, and at least one news helicopter has shown up to dig into the story of the tragedy and splash the victim's name across the nation's screens. When a reporter turns the camera on you, so Eric, yeah, go ahead and grab a protagonist. Also, I'm going to tally up how many cards we've got in the discard pile here for the act.
Cool. So this couldn't trigger a protagonist card or anything, right? This is just something that happens. This is like a vignette scene we see.
Oh no, this is going to be, you're going to grab a protagonist. We're going to do this scene just.
Oh, it's a full scene.
Just regular.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Cool.
And right now, on the table, shame is the high color. We are mostly red.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's on the back of the Act One close card. There is a little red thing. I'm just going to tell you what it says though. It says include finding a protagonist's dead body in the scene.
Whoa.
So we're going to kill somebody, and the news crews are there.
So I just go ahead and describe that.
Yep, exactly. Describe the
Cool.
press conference or whatever's happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is actually. Oh, it has to be a protagonist.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be Connor's twin sister, but that's fine. Okay. I think it's gonna be okay. So I think the big headline is, or I guess we should probably start hearing the. Where would this be? This is probably a press conference in front of the police station, I guess, right?
Seems
That's where
cool.
people would do stuff like that. So we hear a lot of the journalists, the clamoring that no one can make any sense of. All the like just the crowd asking the barrage of questions. We see the coffee drinking sheriff. His shirt's kind of messed up again. He tries to like rub some dust, motes out of his eyes, and he's like, Thank you all for coming. My name is Sheriff Brady, head of Tall Pines Police Department. Yes, I know. Thank you. The Tall Pines, um, the Tall Pines community has been shaken this past week with a string of deaths, and he takes off his hat, and puts it over like his heart and says, you know, uh, a senior Connor Troy and senior Sam Jones have passed tragically, um, unrelated. He makes a strong point to say. At the time,
The crowd
we have
makes a bunch of noise at that, right? Like they erupt at the unrelated. There are many questions all of a sudden, right?
yes, yeah. I will get to your questions. Just in just one moment. I want the Tall Pines, community is a peaceful community. We value our hard work and our traditions. We will be sure to bring that the those who are responsible will be brought to light. And
So I think Albert stands up, and he's still like really baked and drunk, and he's like,
Right from the party.
"You shut up, you liar! You haven't done anything to investigate the murder or find out what happened."
sir, I know you're hurting, sir. I know. It hurts me too, son. It hurts me too.
Don't even try and compare what I feel to what you feel. And he's like,
come here,
ranting,
come up here. What's your name? Come on. You have something to say? Come up here. Everyone, this is
kind of like shoving him up a little bit.
It's like,
you're not getting away from
people are pushing
this.
me.
Yeah, you're getting put up here.
Probably smells real bad.
Yeah.
And for the final push is like him, and he like stumbles and almost trips onto the stage.
Yeah, you see the sheriff like, like with his nose, and
I think like the sheriff like looks into his eyes and like maybe the whites of his eyes are a little bit gray.
Yeah.
Do you you knew these you knew the victims, didn't you? Didn't you, son? It's okay.
Yeah, I knew them. Fucking best friend in the whole world.
His best friend, everybody.
Life.
Yeah. Connor, is it Connor's best friend or Sam's or
Connor? I knew Sam too, but goes to the same school, right?
Yeah. This is all right. And say your name loud for the papers.
What's his last name?
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's Albert Jacob.
Jacob. Oh yeah, you're Francis Jacob's boy, aren't you? Francis Jacob runs the Tall Pine sawmill up near the Tall Pines Falls. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good upstanding member of the community, as he's like, pointing to the cameras.
Yeah, photos going off.
Yeah. As like he's like taking this moment to show like, oh look this guy consoling the friends of the people. He's definitely making it into like a kind of a photo opportunity.
Sure.
Not so much on the actual like caring about you, Albert, but more towards the photogenicness.
I think Albert's just like really confused, and he had to move, which makes people who are really not well even more confused.
Yeah. And while the cameras and stuff are going off and all, I think you see the sheriff kind of like whisper into his hat so it's disguised, so no one can see read his lips, and he says to you, "It's like, son, there has not been a single murder in Tall Pines in 25 years, in my entire history of being on this service. And I'll be damned if this goes unsolved." He tells you.
How are you going to do anything? You don't have any experience solving murders.
No, but I know what No, but what do I say? I want to say like I trust my gut in a way that makes sense, but no, but
Do you just say something gruff that makes sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
We know the type of thing.
Yeah. He's like, son, I bleed. Yeah, but I bleed Tall Pines, and right now Tall Pines is hurting. Ain't nobody hurt this town. You know, it says you have my word. Apparently, he has a draw.
Yeah.
They often do, the sheriffs.
It comes with the badge. It just slowly creeps up on you.
Is that scene?
I think that's seen. Yeah.
Solid.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I tried to.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Yeah.
So how do you get more cards?
Whenever you do one of these little images, you draw another card.
Yeah.
But we're gonna all get
and you draw images
now as we go into the next act.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, I think that by standing up and shouting at the police, it was being risky. So let's flip over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's right.
And I don't think I saw details about the murder per se. Although I was going to do that as my next scene, but Act 1's over.
We'll see what happens next. Oh, and
Yeah.
bye, Sam.
Yeah, Sam is dead.
That just happened.
Yeah.
All right, so
Sam's Town by the killers.
I don't know if there's some easy way to discard the cards in your hand, but you want to get rid of any yellow cards in your hand.
Oh, do we have to?
Fresh ones.
I'm just going to play them and delete them.
Yep, perfect.
It's a shame. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Did you kill a protagonist?
I killed two protagonists.
Press Control Z.
Do it. Don't worry about
Control Z.
I did Control Z, and it didn't work.
Doesn't work.
Cool.
It doesn't work as a player.
Oh.
I can figure it out. I got him.
Yeah.
Federal agent.
So sorry. So sorry, Federal Agent and Best Friend. That was
Just send him away.
a rookie mistake.
Best friend.
Cool.
All right. We just hide the appropriate stuff here.
So Sam goes away, and do we get a new card that comes out?
No, we do not. We are short a protagonist.
Oh, okay. I just killed my character. All right. Sorry.
Are we not supposed to go off?
No,
protagonists?
you are.
I mean, yeah, it
Okay.
happens. You were directed to, in fact, but
Huh?
you don't always want to.
Murder everybody.
All right, so here come some scene 2 or act 2 rather cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same deal, and I will flip out the end as well.
Thinking about it. Yeah. No, I think Sam was the right call. It could have been Madame Zarasta was another one, but I didn't want my first gut. So
Yeah.
I think there's more for Madame Zarasta to do.
yeah, I feel like that's probably right.
Yeah, like we're just pulling up all these loose ends and we're cutting them off without telling them.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
Welcome to David Lynch.
yeah, exactly. That's success, perfect emulation.
Yeah, that's high praise.
All
Okay.
right. So yeah,
Let's
look at
zoom
what's
in
in your
on this
hand.
card.
See what feels grabs you to start a scene.
Whenever I'm gonna read the act 2 close real quick just to make
Oh,
sure.
please.
Yeah. When everyone has started, when seeing this
Nice.
act, whoever last went to church starts the new scene with this prompt, religious or not. People want someone to make sense of this, and that's what the priest and pulpit will try to do. Oh.
Well, I went
cool.
today, so let's do this. It was for a rummage sale, but I still went to church.
Yeah, that's solid.
So there's a hole in the woods. It's obviously
Wow, this card is very, very well written. I have the
come
tracks.
on, hole
It's
in the
very
woods.
good.
And it's Albert Jacob. Oops. And it's the twin sister. Have we given her a name?
No,
we haven't yet. Let's
It's
see.
called
Something goes with
Cassidy.
Cassidy, Connor and Cassidy Troy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's really good.
So we see Connor and Cassidy in the hole,
Mm-hmm.
and like just it's like a really weird hole. Like there's a ladder in this hole, but it seems to be like a dirt floored cave.
Mm-hmm.
And they got this flashlight out and they're looking around, and Cassidy like kind of touches Albert suggestively, and Albert like lashes out and pushes her down, and he pulls out a gun on her, and Cassidy's like shocked and like, what are you doing, Albert? Now that Connor's out of the way. And Albert's like really angry, like, is that why you had him killed? And Cassie says, I wouldn't kill my brother. What, are you crazy? And
Then who made you do it?
who's asking?
Albert. Like, oh crap.
Oh, who made me do it? And
And
I think she says, no, you're wrong. You're just completely wrong. I would never do it. And I think Albert pushes back and says, I read the letter that you got. You left it in the car. You left it in Connor's car. And I saw it. I should have told somebody.
Do I want to go in there or do I not? Yeah, I do. I do want to go in. All right. So, boy. Okay, so what does this letter say? The letter mentions do not take the drugs. Those pills are not what they say they are. They feel good at first, but the things they make you do, don't trust the madam, is what it says. The very, like, I feel like this is all done. I'm saying this, but this is on screen. This is just a flashback to the folded up pieces of paper that's like scrolled with like heavy, like shaking hands.
yeah.
Right, so like it looks like maybe like it was, it's written with your non-dominant hand. Like that's, imagine that sort of like handwritten chicken scratchy type thing, but it's very clear on camera. And at the end, in very like bolded letters, more than the rest of the letters, it says, don't trust the madam, is what it says.
Sure.
It's not signed.
And I think Cassidy says,
but like it's assuming that this was found in their car, and it's assumed that she wrote this, right? So like that's
well, who
entirely
wrote
in character.
It's assumed that so the handwriting on
Albert,
is feminine.
yeah. Well, Albert thinks Cassidy did, right?
Well, Cassidy got a letter, and not that she.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Are you saying that
Cassidy
wrote the letter?
I'm not saying that. I'm just filling in the detail of what you just said, which was Cassie finding the letter in Connor's car, thinking it was from Albert, right?
Albert found a letter in Connor's car.
Or in Connor. Okay.
That was addressed to Cassidy.
And it was this.
Got it. Okay.
So I think Cassidy says, there's so many names. Cassidy says,
3. Just
this doesn't make any sense. Madame Zarostra is not even the one selling the drugs.
Then who's? But she's the one who's always there. Who's selling these drugs? If not her. I
don't know. I always just got the drugs from Sam.
What are you talking about? Sam doesn't do drugs, and not in a way that like. I think that's deliberately a mystery. I'm not denying you. I think just to her is that right. Like, I was like player to player real quick. Just real quick. Like I'm not denying you. Like that's
sure. But also, it makes sense because you never do your own drugs.
Don't get high on your own.
Or
supply.
she hasn't touched a single drug in a year. She went straight. Remember that church thing?
Yeah, but like,
I mean, the church thing didn't
I don't
last with
know.
her, but she still doesn't touch any.
She still knows all the people. You know, she's got the hookup. She knew the people. Like, I don't know where everybody else is getting theirs, but that's where I got mine.
Look, you're playing with my head. Like, I know what I saw with that note.
Well, what makes you even think that note? Why would I choose to kill somebody because I read a note not to take drugs? What you're not making any sense.
You're the one with the gun.
Albert has the gun.
Wait, I'm the one with the gun?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have this scene entirely backwards in my head.
I'm sorry.
No, that's my
I'm
bad.
super confused.
Yeah, Albert
Like, say things wrong.
Hold the gun.
Yeah, okay.
Albert pushed Cassidy on the floor.
Got it. Okay.
And pulled this gun on her and started giving her the what for?
I think he throws the gun in the hole.
Wait. This is perfect. Because the scene has changed for the audience. And we don't know why Cassidy is now the one standing up holding the gun.
And and you can call that scene right there if you want.
Wow. Okay. Shit. Oh, that's good because that was my complete fuck up. But that works well for me.
No, man, this is perfect. I mean,
so sorry about
script
that.
writing. The director's just trying to make sense of it all.
No, that's fine.
It reminds me of when I'm GMing, and suddenly I introduce an NPC that died, and I have to stop for 15 minutes, figure out what happened.
Okay, it's clear.
Yeah.
Dramatic weird
shit.
Did anybody secret card get revealed?
Albert was being violent.
I was close to mine.
Oh, it's you flip Albert now when his feeling toward the victim changed. Did his feeling toward the victim change?
Oh, it was Madame Zarastra being violent. Never mind.
Yeah.
I read the wrong card.
Did Albert's feelings toward the victim change?
Weird, maybe.
I think maybe so, yeah.
I think before he was like, this is my best friend, and now he's like, what did my best friend get into?
Yeah, and like, he was afraid of his sister, but then the sister like played innocent, but then suddenly had the gun. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was sideways.
Something weird has happened.
So yeah, there was a red card out there too. So it was potentially like a lot of combos here.
No, it was 2 resolves and a shame.
All right, cool. Is that anybody?
No.
Solid.
Well, does my card trigger if you flip a card over?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, then yes, mine does actually trigger then.
Based on the flipped.
Yeah, so the last card was actually a shame before I started cleaning it.
Exactly. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, nice. That was it.
Solid.
So
So this is one. Yeah, you get to answer that question on the back as a little monologue, a little vignette with pick 3 symbols to inform it, and go nuts.
So let me just read it real quick.
Sure.
Which of your victims' past lovers is the most scandalous, and how do they react when you confront them? Wow, this would be really, really weird for Albert to go to Sam's grave, which is totally going to happen. Or it's her funeral. It's her funeral.
People fast this time.
Yeah. So Albert will be at Sam's funeral. And let me just grab some things that seem to make sense here.
Perfect.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Okay.
That's all good.
So I think the scene this is a quick little montage, right? So we think it starts with her like in the mirror, like getting ready for a funeral. So she's like dressed up, right? And then it cuts over to a breakfast, like a diner or whatever, like beforehand, and you see like most of the diner, like this is like the Tall Pines diner, and it's like filled with people in like nice like funeral attire, like all like eating breakfast here and stuff, getting ready, and everyone's like kind of sad and stuff. You see like the head lady or what what do you call a waitress? My God, I cannot remember the word waitress.
A waitress.
Well, I was gonna say maitre d, but I cannot remember waitress. Anyways, she's like filling up people's coffee and stuff like that, and it's a very somber place. And we see Albert sitting kind of with Sam's family and stuff, and being like, and I think he's like near her dad and stuff, and being like, like, I'm really glad you're here. And I think Albert just kind of like looks kind of zonked out again, and we kind of like see like his kind of like gray eyes, and he drinks his coffee. He's like, yeah, I mean, Sam and I were the best of friends, he says, in a very like duplicitous tone, like not sure if sarcastic or ambivalent tone, I guess is the best word of putting it. And I think we go over to the casket going down, right? And I think we see Albert see that hole, right? And I think it cuts back to the hole in the woods a little bit, and then back to him just kind of like looking at this place. Like everyone seems very like quiet, and sorry, everybody is quiet in this scene, but I imagine it's like the gray, dreary, drizzly kind of funeral. People around, people around him, like the mom is holding an umbrella and such, but we see Albert just kind of standing there getting kind of rained on a little bit, looking at this. The camera cuts back over to that hole in the ground in the woods, cuts back over to it going down, and he just has kind of like he's like chewing on something in his head, but we don't get a chance to see what's going on in there at that time. But like he's definitely considering something in this scene. Okay.
Solid.
All right, so I put these purple cards back down.
Oh, you can just discard them.
Oh, okay, cool.
And your secret deletes as well.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to shuffle this deck of symbols and pull out some more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, sometimes the mirror comes back. In the physical version of this game, you actually put the symbol cards back on top of the deck as you draw cards. And so it makes for this cool recurrence.
That is
hard to emulate on. I didn't find a clever way to emulate it on Roll20, but
yeah,
there's not a way to put a card back on top of the deck. But
yeah, unfortunately not.
But we're figuring out how to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
so yeah, you and I, Eric, have scenes to go this act.
Yes. Well, I just did my secret thing. So do you want to step up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do this. And we haven't seen Professor Hornwood yet.
Yeah.
So the
I'm sorry, real quick, Miles, before we jump into it. Do I get a new secret?
Oh, you do not.
Okay.
One secret per.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure. Accounting. Okay, cool.
All good. Yeah, so I think the camera, comes over. It's night, and the camera like flies low over this like well manicured lawn, like this perfect yard, and up into this bedroom window, into a bedroom that looks like, it's all like something out of a Better Homes and Gardens. Everything is perfect and just flawless, and over the covers into the bed, and you see Dr. Hornwood, Professor Hornwood. He's laying there and looks not as put together as usual. Usually he's all tweeds and those ivory glasses and all proper, but now he's snoring, is drooling onto his pillow. Looks all kind of blotchy, and he jolts awake, and like we see the room is filled with light. Like from we're behind his head, we see the room is filled with light, but then from the other side of the room, it comes back and we see him sitting up, and there's no light in the room. It's just as dark as it was, but he's sitting up, and then we're behind him again, and the room is full of light, and it says, there's a voice speaking to him. We're close. We've almost achieved the moment, but it's moving a little too fast. These deaths are going to exacerbate things. Try and put on the brakes a little if you would. maybe the yellow pills. And he like kind of nods almost like robotically and then falls back into the bed.
I think
Yeah.
before his vision ends, like he is in like this dark space, like this dark tunnel, and he sees a light at the end of it, and it's his striving to reach that light that wakes him up.
Yeah. He finally emerges out of it.
Yeah.
And I think he rubs his eyes and see him look over at his he's got his planner open on his little desk. Makes a little note, more yellow. And then gets up and selects a bow tie. Little pocket square to match, starts getting ready for his day.
So I want to add something here.
Yeah.
As he's getting ready, right? Like right before he leaves and turns off the light, he goes back to his diary, right? Like his dream journal, where he wrote more yellow. And he goes back and he flips back some more pages, right? And like it's like he's looking over like frantically a little bit, like he's like in a hurried kind of way. And he doesn't see anything that's interesting, right? And so then he like flips back some more, right? And then he flips back some even more, and like near like the beginning part of the journal, right? And in the journal there is a paperclip attached with a picture of Madame Zarastra. Or maybe I'm sorry, not actually her, but her business card.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that would make more sense. Like free psychic reading, $15 or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like use your stupid little like standard business card, but it says like Zarastra's prognostications or something like that, right? And
it's like in the neon letters you never see anymore.
But it's like it's in like and dream interpretations or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like that, I think that's important for the description for this scene. And so it's like, and it's yellow. I think that's also the point. Is it's yellow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's solid. I think that's scene. That's great.
Triple understanding.
I think it's like he picks it up and looks at it and flips back to the more yellow, and there's just like a moment. He puts it back in the book, closes it out.
Yeah.
That's good.
Does he take the card?
No, I think he leaves it in the book.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, triple understanding. I don't know if that's anybody.
No.
That is a secret that exists, but not for us.
I keep missing my secret because I'm not paying attention.
Right. And if you discovered the victim's, or if you discussed the victim's problems in the last scene, I don't think Professor Hohenwood did.
No.
Mm-mm.
Solid. Oh, and hey.
All right.
You guys.
Oh, cool. All right.
So now I get a card because
you did. You played a symbol, so yeah, take a card out of the blue deck there.
Oh, this is
Blue
perfect.
deck.
This is perfect. Dovetailing last scenes, right, with that the tracks and the hole and the chasing the light or whatever.
Yeah.
So this doesn't have to be my protagonist, right? It can be someone else, right?
All the protagonists are shared, right? Like we've all been passing them around.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I think
I guess that's an important thing for me to say at the beginning. Like, there's no character monogamy, and they're all shared. I hope you haven't been feeling like one is you.
No. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna grab. I think the agent's here on the tracks. Okay. And I think we're looking that this is not a passenger train. This is one of those industrial like timber, like they're moving timber through here, right? And I think this is actually at the station where they are. What do you call it? Like a lumber. Like it's at Jacob's lumber mill. That's what it is. Totally. They're loading lumber onto the train, right? And I think we see Agent Liu asking some questions to Jacob's father, or father. I don't say Father Jacob, but Francis. I think I call him Mr. Jacob. Mr. Francis Jacob, right? And I think Francis Jacob is played by Daniel Craig. And so I think it's gonna start with I think it's gonna start pretty hard and be like, so only putting lumber on here. Nothing ever gets taken off at this stop, right, Mr. Jacobs? She's like has her notepad or whatever, or I guess it's a tape recorder or something playing.
You want to cast Mr. Jacob as somebody?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, would somebody like to mind playing Mr. Jacob?
Yeah, I'll jump in and be Daniel Craig. That's right. We load on. No deliveries here. Deliveries come by truck around the front.
Well, I'm just saying. If I was up to something no good, this might be a good place for unsavory things to come into this town.
And he spits on the tracks and,
Yeah.
well, I got nothing to hide, Agent Lou. You're welcome to have your run of the place.
Thank you. I think I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your son.
So I think why you say that, you're just like starting to look over his shoulder,
Yeah.
and Agent Lou sees her twin brother in the distance, like wearing lumberjack, overalls, and like a train conductor's hat, and he just walks behind the business. And Agent Lou hasn't seen her brother since he died 10 years ago.
That's weird.
Yeah. Were you going to ask me something? About the boy?
Oh, yes. And I think maybe she looks back and maybe it's like looks like someone else or whatever, like who's like really close to her brother, or is it actually her brother?
I was gonna say it was actually her brother.
Like the person's gone.
Yeah,
Like
they're oh, sorry. Sometimes you think you might have seen a ghost, Excuse me, actually, 1 second, and I'll be right back. And I think she's gonna go over to go find her talk to her brother. Obviously, right? She's not gonna continue this investigation if her dead brother is walking around. So,
Right.
yeah. So you want to play the dead brother,
Sure.
right? What's the dead brother's name?
Say Peter.
So, okay. So I think she would probably just say like, Peter.
And it's like she comes into the mill, right, where he's where she saw him walk in. And
Yeah.
as she walks in, there's like the sun just kind of like crests the edge of the window. It's like perfect timing. There's this overwhelming light, right? Like she can't quite see Peter's features, but I mean his body language is just right. He's there. It's obviously him, but like he's in deep shadows. There's this massive light behind him, this blinding light.
Yeah. So she like tries to like go like this towards her, and it's like, Peter, is that you?
It's me, Lou.
You're not supposed to be here.
Well, here is relative. You're certainly not supposed to see me here.
Peter, I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. This is crazy. What are you doing? How is it you? How can you be here? You've been dead for 10 years.
I can't answer your questions, Lou.
Do you sound different, or do you sound like the concerned brother that you've always been?
I think he sounds the same.
Okay.
I think he's in like a situation where he can't talk to you right now.
Sure. Well, what are you doing? Why can't you tell me? How can you come back from the dead? And she's like, she looks around and like whispers it, like, like, how can you come back from the dead and not have time to talk to me? Is what she's then like her voice gets back kind of loud, kind of back to normal. Maybe even like louder tone at the end of that.
Right. And
she goes to like hug you.
Yeah,
What
Peter's
happens?
real. He's physical.
Okay.
And Peter hugs her.
What does he
back.
smell like? Like a person?
Yeah, smells like a person that's, a lot of smoke and I think chopped wood.
So I think she hugs you, and I think she jokingly says, "Oh, I see that they still have what's his favorite brand of cigarettes? Marlboros. I guess they have Marlboros in the afterlife." That's what she says.
Well, they do at the 7-Eleven.
What? It's so I can't believe this. I think
it'll be okay.
She can't believe this.
As long as you keep calm and don't tell anybody, probably we'll get away with this. But
get away with what? You're alive. Let's call mom and dad.
We can't call them. I'll have to go away.
That makes no sense. What are you talking about? You have
to tell sense. Me. You just don't know what you need to know.
Nonsense. And she pulls out her cell phone and starts calling. What do you do? I mean, dude, like you're your dead brother. Like she's not gonna. What do you know what I mean? So like, what happens?
I think he looks afraid. Peter looks afraid, and he starts like backing away.
All right, and you just kind of ghost out of the scene.
And the light like fades from the room, and by the time like it's in shadow again, she can't see him.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't get any service, and by that time, you can't see her.
Right, he's gone.
Okay, I think that's scene.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's super sad. I did not expect that to go that way at all.
I don't think I don't think Agent Lou got inside the killer's head. I don't think we flip her.
Are you sure though? Because
I don't.
Well, I didn't flag this when I said it, but when she mentioned very like prominently, like if I were to do something bad, bringing things into here would have been an easy way of doing it. I was intentionally trying to hit that.
Oh, okay. I think that's good though. Yeah, I think that's good. And we had two symbols, so.
Yeah. Whether or not I failed to, if I could have failed to express that more clearly, but that was absolutely my intention when I was talking about it.
I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Intention counts.
Cool. All right, so let me flip the card.
Yeah. Solid. So let me get a couple more symbols here real quick. That birdcage is back. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Angry dog. All right, so that was all everybody for Act 2, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Solid. So, see, we are the. So yeah, you said Will, you're the last one who went to church. Is what I heard.
Yep.
So yeah, let me count up what we're looking at for the discard pile here.
How do we do this?
Oh, let's see. You're gonna read the Act 2 close card, little prompt on the front. And then there's a detail that we're going to add in on the back. And I'm trying to see there's the discard pile.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Religious or not, people want someone to make sense of this thing that happened. And that's what the priest at the pulpit will try and do, preaching forgiveness and piety and community by turns.
And on the back side, there's an understanding thing that you want to add in.
So I flip this.
Yep.
Resolve high.
And we're looking at understanding high.
Understanding. Include an uncomfortably passionate show of contrition.
So yeah, grab.
So as everyone is bowing their heads in prayer in this scene, I think Professor Hornwood just shouts out, I did it! I killed him! I can't live with myself anymore. And the pain I brought to the city. I'm sorry, everyone. It's my own failing as a person and overconfidence, and I believe I was right. I'm sorry. And obviously he is pretty quickly arrested because the police are all there and services end early.
And it's funny, they cuff him. He's weeping. They put him in the back of the police car, and the sheriff, Agent Lou, they're conferring, kind of on the steps of the church. People are kind of milling around and filing away. And Professor Hornwood glances over at the door of the police car, and he shakes his head for a second, and the door kind of pops open. He feels the handcuffs loosen. The voice says to him in his head, "We're not finished." And he gets the signal and sprints from the car.
Wow.
Into the woods.
Whoa.
Yeah. Any more bits?
No, I think that's good.
That's good.
Rock and roll.
That's super good.
Yeah. Cool. So let's see. I'm going to get rid of the Act 2 stuff real quick. If you want to get rid of any Act 2 cards still in your hand. And I'll flip out these Act 3. Are we going to do another little 8 o'clock break? Cool.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes early, but this is like the right time as far as like pacing and stuff of the game. So we can take our next break. So we're gonna go ready to stretch our legs again and refill our glasses, and we'll come back with some more weird on this episode of Once Upon a Game where we're playing Tall Pines. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you guys on the other side.